Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day today. My name is Andrew Heischman, and in today's video, we'll be taking a look here at the radar view as well as the models. We'll take a look here at this upcoming severe weather. Same thing for the Storm Prediction Center. We'll take a look at the risk issued by the Storm Prediction Center. We'll take a look at the National Weather Service hazards, followed by the picture of the day. But anyways, guys, if you are new to the channel, make sure you leave a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. You guys are honestly amazing, and I appreciate all y'all support. So we're trying to reach 150 subscribers by the end of the year. So like I said, if you guys are not already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. But anyways, guys, for today's question of the day, I am wanting to know, what is your favorite restaurant? Leave it down in the comments below, and I just might heart your comment. But anyways, guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and get on into it. Alright, guys, so we're taking a look here at the radar view in terms of what is currently going on across the nation. We'll go ahead and start off with the upper northwest, where we actually do have a bit of snow showers currently going on across the upper elevations. We are still seeing some rain showers across bits of the Portland area, kind of moving its way all the way up towards Seattle. As we do move into the southern parts of the southwest, it's relatively clear for the most part. So we go ahead and zoom out here. We'll go ahead and move over to bits of the southeast here. We'll actually zoom into the southeast. We actually do have a little bit more precipitation kind of across the area here for bits of Arkansas, Louisiana, kind of across the southern parts of the southeast. This will continue to track itself to the northeast further down the line. So, and everything in terms of that, we actually do have some relatively clear skies across bits of the Ohio Valley in the mid-Atlantic and northeast, followed by the Midwest and the Plains, looking relatively clear for the most part. So let's go and take a look here at the models in terms of things, and let's see what we're dealing with in terms of this upcoming weather. Alright, guys, so we're taking a look here at the GFS model in terms of things. This is your long-range American model. So as we did see on the radar view, we actually do have some high pressure in place across the mid-Atlantic, stretching into the northeast and the Ohio Valley, leading to those nice conditions. So across bits of the northwest, we actually do have all the snow showers that we also did see on the radar view, as well as the plains. We actually do have some high pressure kind of building in for the northern section of the plains. So in terms of the Gulf of Mexico, if you actually pay attention here towards the central parts of the Gulf of Mexico, this is the system that's going to drive some severe weather across bits of Florida as this thing tracks to the east, impacting tomorrow. So that's something we're definitely going to take a look at. I'll actually take a look at more here in a second. So then further down the line, as we start to approach near Christmas, you know, over the last few days, I've actually been monitoring this potential snowstorm. There is still a lot of uncertainties in terms of what this is expected to do, but, you know, regardless, we actually are seeing a decent amount of snowfall falling across bits of the northern parts of the Midwest here, as well as some rain kind of falling across the Ohio Valley, you know, eventually transitioning in the snow a little bit across bits of the northeast. Now, like I said, this is still relatively far out. You know, there is still things that can definitely change, so just stay tuned as well. We'll give you the latest information on that. So let's go and take a look here at the ECMWF model, and let's see what the similarities and differences are between your GFS model and that model has to say. Alright, guys, so we're taking a look here at the ECMWF model. So pretty much the same story, high pressure across the mid-Atlantic, same as that snow across the upper northwest with that system in the Gulf of Mexico. So further down the line, you know, same story. This one's showing a little bit more severe in terms of hitting Florida with that area of low pressure for tomorrow. But further down the line, in terms of that snowstorm that we were seeing, you know, this one also does show the potential we could see a little bit of snow across bits of the northern plains into the Midwest. However, for the most part, it's relatively towards the southern parts of Canada. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of uncertainties in terms of this, so it's just something we're going to definitely have to monitor. But regardless, you know, both these models are showing a decent amount of rainfall falling across pretty much the Ohio Valley, tracking its way into the mid-Atlantic, eventually into the northeast, with maybe a little bit more snowfall. That is the similarities between the models. So let's go and take a look here at the southeast. We'll actually take a look here at a more higher resolution model, and let's see what we're dealing with in terms of your upcoming severe weather. Alright, guys, so we're taking a look here at the NAM model in terms of things. This is your North American model. This is basically just a high resolution, but a more mid-range model. So we're taking a look here at the ML Cape. This is basically just your thunderstorms fuel in short term. So as we do track through time, you know, all this energy kind of moves its way in through bits of Florida. We're going to take a sounding here near the Tampa area here, and we'll see what this has to say. So, you know, honestly, in terms of severe weather, we actually do have a decent amount of instability here. 910 mixed layer Cape, which isn't really the most, but it's definitely enough to get the job done. But what is concerning is this wind shear profile. It is veering as you go from the lower to the upper levels of the atmosphere, which is showing that a few tornadoes are possible. We actually do have those dew points here almost in the 70s, which is spot on for severe weather development, which, you know, honestly, this sounding is kind of definitely supporting the instances of maybe a few tornadoes, across the area here. In terms of D Cape, this is your downdraft Cape. It's at 471, so maybe marginalized damaging winds, maybe up to 60 miles per hour is possible, just according to the sounding alone. So further down the line, we'll actually start to take a sounding here north the Orlando region. We'll see what this one has to say. So pretty much the same story, as that instability is a little bit more higher here. We can see just over 1,000 joules per kilogram. That varying wind shear pattern is still there, showing the potential we could potentially see a few tornadoes as well. Dew points in the upper 60s, which is good. Definitely good enough for some of the severe thunderstorms to really kick off. We do have D Cape over 1,000 joules per kilogram, which honestly, that's kind of shocking, because values that high can indicate we can see some pretty extreme damaging winds, maybe over 70 miles per hour. So that's just something we have to watch. We'll take a look here more at that tomorrow. I do plan on going live tomorrow for you guys in terms of this severe weather. So that's pretty much what we're dealing with in terms of that. We're not going to really go too much in depth for that. I'll save most of that for tomorrow whenever the event actually happens, as we will get more model data and things will be more accurate. So let's go and take a look here at the Storm Prediction Center, and let's see what we're dealing with in terms of your thunderstorm forecast issued by them. Alrighty guys, so we're taking a look here at the Day 2 Convective Outlook. This is your thunderstorm forecast for tomorrow. So the Storm Prediction Center has actually issued a marginal risk for severe weather, basically just severe threat level 1 out of 5, but it is showing that we do have the potential of seeing a few tornadoes. So in terms of tornadoes, we actually do have a 2% region across bits of the northern and southern parts of Florida, showing that every single 25 miles you have a 2% chance of seeing a tornado in this region. Now this does include Tampa, St. Petersburg, Orlando, as well as Fort Lauderdale here. So these pretty big populated areas are in the threat for a few tornadoes, although it's relatively low at the moment. But honestly, I would not be surprised if this does get upgraded further down the line, just based off of what these models are saying. They're starting to show a little bit more severity in terms of things. So honestly, I do believe, personally, that this will go up, maybe even up to a slight risk further down the line. But like I said, we do have that tornado threat across the 2% region. In terms of damaging winds, we actually do have a 5% chance across the northern and all the way down to basically the Keys, showing that every single 25 miles you have a 5% chance of seeing damaging winds 60 miles per hour or more. Like we did see on those soundings, we might actually see some instances of maybe even higher gusts across that region. So in terms of hail, now we don't really have a hail threat yet, but there was a few models I was monitoring yesterday that were showing maybe the potential of a few isolated hail spots, but right now the Storm Prediction Center does not have anything in regards to hail. So we'll just continue monitoring this, especially for tomorrow, as this event is closer. And like I said, we will go live tomorrow, so I'll give you all the latest information there. So let's go and take a look here at the National Weather Service hazards, and let's see what we're dealing with in terms of those hazards across the nation. Alrighty guys, so we're taking a look at the National Weather Service hazards in terms of things. So, there's really not too much going on. We do have some high wind watches as well as high wind warnings across the southeastern part here of Wyoming. For the high wind warnings, kind of here in this lighter shaded, color here, basically just showing that, heavy winds are expected to occur, in which if you have anything loose outside, such as lawn furniture, I recommend bringing it in just until these have been lifted. In terms of other things, we actually do have some high wind watches in effect, showing that heavy winds down the line are possible. So just stay tuned as high wind warnings, additional high wind warnings might be needed. Now, in terms of winter weather, we actually do have some winter weather advisories across bits of Montana, Idaho, Oregon, as well as Washington State, kind of for this purple shaded area here, basically showing that, some impacts of winter weather is expected. Now, in terms of heavy impacts of winter weather, we actually do have some winter storm warnings in effect across the northern part here, basically across Oregon, as well as the southern part here, basically for those upper elevations of southern parts of Washington State, showing that heavy impacts of winter weather is expected to occur, and you guys should take action based off of these warnings. Now, in terms of things, we actually do have some winter storm watches in effect across California here for these upper elevations, showing that winter weather down the line is expected, but just stay tuned. These might be needed into warnings. If a warning is issued, take action. If a watch is issued, which we actually already have, just pay attention, as a warning might be needed further down the line. So in terms of dense fog, we actually do have a dense fog advisory in effect across the central parts here of California. Just showing due to dense fog, we actually do have reduced visibility, which actually might cause some travel disruptions. So just drive slow if you have to and just be safe. Now, in terms of flooding, we actually do have a flood watch across the eastern part here, basically the central and eastern part here of Florida, showing that flooding down the line is possible, so just stay tuned as flood warnings might be needed. Now, we actually do have some flood warnings in effect across bits of Arkansas, moving in through bits of the Ohio Valley here for these areas here in green, showing that flooding is ongoing. So let's go and take a look here at the photo of the day, and let's see what we're dealing with in terms of that picture. Alright guys, so we're taking a look at the photo of the day. This one goes to my man Andre again for taking this beautiful shot of the cumulonimbus tower. So congratulations on being selected again for today's video. Now if you guys would like the potential in being in one of our future videos, I'll leave our Discord down in the description below. You guys can join it as well as post your photo there. But anyways guys, that's going to wrap it up for today's video. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure you leave a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Like I said, we're trying to reach 150 subscribers by the end of the year. So if you're not already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. But anyways guys, that's going to wrap it up for today's video. And I'll catch you all in the next one.